Some people had a problem with Adam 22. By the way, the tea was great.
It was piping hot. But that's besides the point.
Pam comes on and she was like, hey, have you heard about the smoke? And I said, what smoke? And then the whole time she's just smoking Greg. And I'm like, hey, yo, this is deep. And me as a journalist, I'm like, dig, George, dig deeper. Figure it out. Bring out the trauma. Let's see if we can fix it. And the second one is Adam 22. People are like, what is this? I thought this was a gospel podcast. Listen, I don't like to get into that, but if we are going to get into that, let's get into that.
What are you talking about, bro?
There's many times where I make boo-boos and I make big decisions and I make big problems and I come out and I apologize. This one, I don't apologize.
I'm just playing, I don't fight, I do pray. I only go the way of Mr. Yahweh. Try to correct me, but I'm stuck in my own ways.
Why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
Like no way.
I don't believe I have hatred. I just believe there is hatred.
We're going to open up this podcast with a freestyle and you're going to start, right? Not being serious. That's how we're going to start it. No questions. Ready? All right? You're talking about life. You're talking about all the happiness. Think about bunnies, rainbows, butterflies, and...
I love a bunny. Yeah, they're not so funny. Sometimes I think they really fluffy. Looking super. Yeah.
Honestly, that was so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, that was fire. Hey, yo, bars.
Bars, I'd be spitting on the mic.
Because bunnies are also not funny, but they are fluffy.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back to the George Janko Show, when we hold a lot of talents, but maybe rhyming isn't one of them.
I think rhyming is one of them, but rapping maybe isn't one. I could rhyme. Give me a time. And I could rhyme. But I'm not a good rapper.
You snap like an old woman. Just like...
Yeah.
Welcome back to the George Janko Show. My name is George Janko, and this is Shauna Janko, and we are a couple that does podcasts together. Welcome back. By the way, I just want to let you guys know this was the 5th time we shot that intro.
I was like, this is better.
And my camera guy zooming in at me said that if I don't start this, that he's actually quitting. So shout out to Logan. He actually has a mic. Say hi, Logan.
What's up, guys?
That's enough out of you. That's Logan. Shout out to Logan. He has some great questions because we've been doing questions and segments. A lot of people really love that. We're getting into that again this episode. So, don't forget that. Boom, boom, boom. We actually are giving $100 away from the last comment. We have to pick somebody.
Yeah.
And then also, guys, I'm coming to San Diego. I'm going to be at the Mic Drop Comedy on May 29th and the 30th. So make sure you guys get your tickets. This is fun. I'm going to be doing stand-up. I got a lot of jokes that I'm been working on. I'm excited to show you guys. And San Diego is my first spot where I'm actually just like pulling up and doing all comedy, bringing out some fun entertainment, bringing out some friends to open up. It's going to be a great time. If you're in San Diego, make sure you guys get your tickets. But yeah, let's get into the episode.
Wait, but don't skip over that. This is the first time, because obviously like you go up on stage a lot to practice comedy.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that you're actually like announcing comedy, not podcasting, just a comedy show.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I know. I'm really excited. And I did a more intimate room because like now I'm going to be going out and like really just like show, because what I'm trying to do is like any comic is trying to do, they try to build up a beautiful special. And I have this beautiful thing that I've been working on that I kind of now want to start releasing to the world and showing people. And I'm very excited about it, but I'm still going to be adding things as I'm working. So it's really fun. I'm really excited about it. I don't know. Like I don't want to share too much about it because I don't want to get like spoil it, but it's going to be a lot of laughs. I think people are going to really enjoy their time.
Yeah, they are. That's so exciting, dude.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So that being said, if you're in San Diego on May 29th and 30th, make sure you guys get your tickets. It's going to be a blast. And I'm bringing some special friends too. It's going to be a great time. Let's get into some stuff.
Let's get into it.
The podcast has been kind of juking. We had some fun guests. We had Adam 22, which was such an incredible guest. I know it rubs some people the wrong way. I want to get into that. But there were some people that were upset about the Greg Paul thing. They thought that I was kind of getting into like family drama and being like a little disrespectful, which I understand if you're just seeing a clip and you're watching like them drag each other, you're like, hey, yo.
Why is he in the middle of this drama? Why is he looking for the tea?
Yeah, and by the way, the tea was great.
It was piping hot. But that's besides the point.
So funny. No, here's what happened. I get a call from, what I think are people that are close to me, dude. It's Pam Pam's like, yo, I got a book. It's called F the Pauls. It's about, being a parent to two of the biggest social media stars in the world. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. You could come on a platform that your children that you're talking about help me build. That makes sense to me, right? I didn't read the book because I didn't want to read the book. It's about Jake and Logan. Okay, I know everything about Jake and Logan. I know about Pam. I know about Greg. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, they're just going to be like, when he's posting or something like that. So I was like, yo, come talk about your book. I get to ask questions about it, be authentic. I even said I didn't write it. I wasn't lying. And before I had Pam on, I was like, gotta ask Logan. Me and him ain't like, we're not like that anymore. So I was like, bro, I'm not gonna have somebody's mom on.
Yeah.
Which would be a wild thing to do if I was, or like, that would be like a wild thing to do. But I reached out. I said, hey, your mom wants to talk about this book. Do you feel like it's cool if she comes on? He was super gracious about it, was excited, even thanked me. He was like, oh, cool. It's really nice of you to have her on. So me and him were really good, and I pray that we're still very good. Pam comes on, and she was like, hey, have you heard about the smoke? And I said, what smoke? And then the whole time, she's just smoking Greg. And I'm like, hey, yo, this is deep.
Yeah.
But so I'm in the middle. I'm in this like, me as a journalist, I'm like, dig, George, dig deeper, figure it out, bring out the trauma. Let's see if we can fix it. But then the other side of me is like, hey, yo, like chill, And a few times in the podcast, I was like, hey, you're speaking a lot about a man that I know and I hang out with. I just want to let you know, I want to have him on the podcast to express himself.
Yeah,
because I didn't know it was going to go in that direction. So I felt like I sandbagged Greg. Like I just cooked him for no reason. So I was like, I told Pam, I said, Pam, love you. I pray that the book does well, which by the way, I'm assuming is doing well right now. Everybody's talking about the book. And so I looked her in her eyes on the podcast and off the podcast. I said, hey, before I had you on, I talked to Logan and Jake. And I also want to give the same respect to Greg. If Greg wants to be on, I would love to have him on so that way he could express his point of view, because it's unfair if somebody sits on that couch, I turn on the mics and cameras, ask all of her POV, and then leave him to be silent and in the dust. So she said, absolutely, I totally agree. You should definitely do that. I reached out to Greg. Greg was like, listen, I don't know. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
But he was really hurt. He kind of felt like I sandbagged him, which, dude, I kind of understand because I don't like editing things out. So everything that was in there, I was like, I told Pam and GP, I was like, GP, like this is a real thing. Like, if there's nothing that needs to be out, I would love to keep it the way it is. What I do respect about both of them is both of them agreed. They're like, yeah, you don't have to cut anything. This is how it is. This is what it is. So I was like, perfect, good. Both of them are on that level. So both of them are being at least with some type of integrity on their side of the story. GP hits me up and he said, hey, I want to be on your podcast. So now I'm literally moving my schedule around and my shoots and my posts. I was supposed to post Joyce Myers on that day. Wildly different episode, by the way. Which, by the way, shout out to Joyce Myers. That's going to be an incredible episode. Insanely great episode. But so GP comes on and, well, he had some words to say and people were upset with me for getting involved. But in my defense, I didn't think it was going there. But I also would like to be honest here. I quite much enjoyed it. I like the fact that they both felt comfortable to talk to me about these things. I love the fact that they used my platform to do it. I felt so honored. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just feel like appreciated. And so like, I told them, I said, listen, we had those conversations. If you guys ever need me to have the conversations behind camera, I definitely would do it. But I wasn't trying to gossip or break anybody down. I don't think gossiping is if you would say it to the person's face. If you don't want to say it to the person's face, then I think that's gossiping. But both of them realized that, hey, I'm going to have an open conversation. You guys should both go check out those episodes. Pam had a great perspective on her, and she's pitching a book called F the Pauls. You guys should check it out. And then GP came on and said, nah. Like Shia LaBeouf, nah. He said, nah. And then he said his thing. And so I just want everybody to know I love both of them. I think they're both great people. I think whatever they want to handle with that, let them handle with it. But I was just trying to be honest and give everybody.
You're just the mediator. I understand. It's like, I understand what people think when they don't have the full context and they're like, why is this guy embedded in this divorced parents like in life, and why is he like promoting these things? Like it seems odd, but really you were just giving them both honor. Like Pam, you're like, yes, absolutely, come on, talk about your book, went way deeper. And then Greg, you're like, yeah, of course, come and stand up for yourself. That's not fair that like somebody goes and gives a certain narrative to the whole world about your life, and then you're supposed to stay home and be like, okay, I guess that's just what people think about me now, even though in his, life, he's like, that wasn't his truth. So of course, George is going to give him the respect to be like, yeah, come on, tell your side of things. And it's just, he was just honoring both parents and giving them like both their time. It wasn't because he was like digging for the tea or the drama. I was like, how could we get the scoop?
Dude, but by
It
the
just
way,
happened that
hey,
way.
just for me to be honest, man, did I want a dick though. I was just like, I smell something.
What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know, man. I'm the type of dude that's like, listen, I don't like to get into that, but if we are gonna get into that, let's get into that. You know what I mean? You know what? I don't like to half butt it.
What?
I don't like to half butt it.
Half butt it?
Yeah, I don't want to say half.
Oh.
Way to go, Belle.
Oh, butt.
I'm trying to be a clean gentleman,
Think of a butt. I don't
clean
know.
my mouth, and look at you. Bring me back to my problems.
But a half butt it.
Speaking of problems,
Yeah?
some people had a problem with Adam 22.
Yeah. Well.
Also, I just want to let you guys know, I've come on this podcast and multiple times apologized. When I used to have the perception, why do I keep saying that? When I used to have the perspective that every man that's in a relationship has the allowingness. I can't speak today.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I'll go around this. Or you don't have to go around this. We can show how stupid I am today.
I like your words.
But there's many times where I make boo-boos and I make big decisions and I make big problems and I come on and I apologize. This one, I don't apologize. I'm not sad that Pam and Greg went on. I enjoyed it and I felt very honored that they felt comfortable to talk to me. And the second one is Adam 22. People are like, what is this? I thought this was a gospel podcast. And it's like, no, it's not. It's the George Janko show. That'll be very, very vain of me to open up a podcast that's just dedicated to Jesus Christ and then name it the George Janko podcast. No. I bring the Lord into all of my works. But I'm not sitting here doing everything for the Lord. I'm not a preacher. I don't run a church and I don't run a ministry. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I'm just a silly kid. Oh, that's 30. I'm no longer a kid. I'm at that age where I accidentally call myself a kid, and I'm not.
Do you want me to tell them what you said with the neighborhood kids?
Why do you gotta do that, bro?
Do you want me to tell them?
I stand 10 toes down on that.
George looks at me with all seriousness, okay? We had just recently met this group of.
Tell them where though. Tell them what they were doing. Or what we were doing.
I am.
Okay.
Okay. There's a group of they're not even teens. They're like tweens. Okay.
They're teenagers.
They're tweens. They're not even really full teenagers yet. They're like 13. That's a tween, right? Yeah. Okay. So they're these cute boys that ride around on their motorbikes, right? They all, because we live in the desert, so they have the off-roading motorbikes and stuff like that. And we have the Super 73s, which are kind of similar. And so they ride around the neighborhood and we ride around the neighborhood. And, we had all met and they met George and whatever. And so, they're like, hey, George, whatever. And one day we're riding away and George looks at me, full confidence. He goes, man, how cool is it that we're both going to be growing up here? And I was like, they're growing up. You're not growing up anymore.
I disagree.
They're
Did I stop growing?
growing up because
Did I stop growing?
And then he got me with this. I was like, well,
Did I stop growing?
No,
I don't think so.
You're still growing.
In fact, I think I had a lot more growth than they did. They're still on their silly bikes. I'm learning how to fly a plane.
Who?
I think I grew more than they did. I don't like that. I feel like when people get to a certain age, they stop growing. And I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I am growing with them. And I'm very excited. Which, by the way, she's making fun of me. But where we met them was in the middle of the desert. They're on motorbikes. And we're on motorbikes.
Yeah. Are we having the same fun as they are?
We're
Absolutely.
doing the same thing, dog.
But we're not growing up together.
I think we are. In 15 to 20 years from now, they'll be like, yo, I grew up here. And then me and you would be like, wow, remember we were growing up here too.
Oh, we were growing. And people would be like, oh, from what age to what age?
It's a continuum. I'm still growing, dude. I'm still growing.
So
That's
funny.
a little dilemma. By the way, I think we have some debates today.
Oh.
We have some debates. So
Debate number one.
If you guys like that energy, you know what? Why don't we throw in a debate right now before I get into the Adam 22? Which the Adam 22 wasn't even really that deep. I really enjoyed meeting him. And I think it's better. Listen, if you're truly a Christian and you have a problem with us sitting down with other people, I would reflect on your heart, because Jesus asks you to be the light and the salt of the world, okay? Light doesn't go dance around with other light. The light chases the dark so it could expose it, and also gives salt. Salt preserves it. So remember this, light and salt always changes the atmosphere of where it's placed. And if you're not changing where you're at and you're being influenced by what you're around, then you're not actually being Christ-like. You're being like a Satan.
Okay. But that's actually that's a very fair point.
Thank you.
I think you're skipping over it. It is.
I
Because,
appreciate it.
yeah.
I have way too much energy. right
Because
now. I had no energy, and then I shotgunned.
Celsius.
Thank you. A Celsius. Bing, bop, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam. Now I'm here.
That's cute.
Honestly,
But,
I'm feeling little tingles all over
Well,
my
listen,
body.
Tingles. Listen, Mr. Tingles. What I was going to say,
Yeah.
that yeah, if you're being influenced, it's such a good point. Like if you're with other people who maybe don't have the same mindset as you, but they're influencing you versus you influencing them, that is true. That's like, you have to rethink maybe your positioning of your heart and like, okay, how can you stand firm, you know what I mean, on the beliefs that God gave you? It's a very fair point. So that's what the best thing about this podcast. We get to talk to all types of people and share with them the
good
biggest
news.
gift of life. That's the whole point.
Amen. And by the way, Adam was one of my favorite guests because
You guys
he was
seemed like you had a
so
very nice
honest.
conversation.
He was such a reflectful man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like when I look at him, I do not see somebody different than me. When I look at him, I just see a man who's trying his best. He's dealing with what he has and he's trying to move forward with it. Listen, I've made mistakes that fall short from God, and so is he. In the grand scheme of things, I think Christ looks at him and I as equal.
Yep. Yep.
I want to get into some fun debates before we get into other things, just so I could keep the energy going. Dude, I have way too much energy right now. But also, I just want to let you guys know something. I've grown this confidence, and I didn't want to say it in front of the podcast until I was truly, truly set in this confidence. I'm here to entertain you guys, but I'm not here to be influenced by you guys. And what I mean by that is I'm very, very grateful for you guys to watch my podcast. I'm very honored that you guys spend your time watching me. But what I can't do is let your guys' opinion change the way that I operate. How I dance on this earth is I'm dancing naked in front of God. Am I going to make some mistakes? Absolutely. Am I going to try to learn from them? I pray to God I do. But what I can't do is try to please every Christian man, because I feel like everybody who calls themselves Christian might not actually be Christian. So some people that might say, hey, I don't think that you should talk to Adam 22. I honestly think that is a very, very poor reflection of Jesus Christ. I think there's a reason why Pharisees used to call him a drunken and a partier, is because he was sitting down with people that behaved that way, but that didn't mean he behaved that way. He was trying to be the fishers of men. And I want to be like that. I don't want to go to heaven and just hang out with my buddies that all love Jesus. I want to go hang out with the worst of people. I want to go hang out with people that want nothing to do with Jesus. And when they hang out with me, they're like, yo, why are you so happy? Why are you acting this way? Why are you so confident? Then I could sit there and through my actions, preach the gospel. Sometimes people want to preach the gospel with their words. Sometimes that can be tricky when people don't have ears for it. So what they're actually looking for is your actions. So how can I preach the gospel if I'm not around them? If I'm not going to show them what a good Christian man would behave like? And by the way, like, you guys want me to judge people that I used to behave like. So you want me to look at a version of me that did not have God and then condemn him and say, hey, you don't belong in my presence. Nah, bro, shame on you if you have that heart. Shame on you. And I pray that you correct your heart, because man, dude, if you come with that type of energy in front of the Lord, he'll just give back to you what you give to others, bro. And you won't be able to be around him. Why? Because you're not worthy around to be his presence. Okay, cool. Let's get into some debates. God bless, my tongue is going like that.
Oh,
You like that?
Careful.
I'm so sorry.
Careful.
People are like, what is wrong with him today? I have the energy to debate with her. Please give us some. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. That was a weak handshake. Give me a better one.
Belle gets like really weird about handshakes.
Oh,
I go like this to her when I want to piss her off. I go like this.
I hate a weak handshake. Let me tell you something. If I could give one advice If I could give one advice to girls, genuinely, I think it's beautiful. I think we should be soft and caring and wonderful and graceful. But when you give a handshake with confidence. I don't want to feel you're soft. It's kind of gross. Like it feels like hot and humid
I disagree.
and soft.
I hate when girls give me a handshake like a man. Like when they pull me in like Trump.
It doesn't have to be hard to where it's like, okay, relax, but just a nice, find a beautiful balance of a nice
Look, our
firm.
first debate. Should we debate about this? I don't like a girl with a Broomhilda hand. Like when she's grabbing me, I feel like she does jujitsu. I
I'm
don't
not,
like that.
but that's not what I'm saying.
You just say not a jellyfish.
Don't be a flop. And I know everybody's experiences. You've shooken a woman's hand where you're literally shaking a noodle, and it doesn't feel nice. And it's nothing against you. Like I know you're just being kind and soft. It's not like a bad thing. But I'm just saying it's a better impression when you give just a nice firmness.
We have the energy for it. Throw it at us.
Okay, debate question number 1. Is it okay to vent about your spouse to your friends?
Is it okay to vent about? Okay. You go first. So is it a yes or no?
Well, can I explain?
I think me.
Can
and
I
you-
go first?
I think me and you have the same
Yeah.
idea. I don't think we're gonna argue with it.
Yeah, no.
I think there's a level to it.
Yeah.
If you would do it in the same respect as if the person was in the room, if you're talking about them to like not in a bad way, you're not like venting in a gross way, but you're like, if I'm talking to them, I'd be like, hey, I think this, she thinks this. Am I being out of hand with this? I think that's healthy. I think it's
Counsel.
healthy to get counseling. I think it's unhealthy when you support more on your counsel than your own partner.
Yeah.
I think that's when it could get like my friends don't have a higher opinion than my wife, but I will go to them in a way where I'm like, hey, we got into it over this. Am I seeing this like in a bad way or a good way? Like, how do you feel about this? Like getting questions and asking other people around you, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I think it's like having counsel from your friends to a certain extent. Like I can't even remember last time I actually went to one of my friends for one of our issues, but like I think that it's a very slippery slope of couples get in the habit of this. They're with their girlfriends, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like when he does this, and that, like seriously, like they complain about the other person. And it's like sometimes the things that you are momentarily frustrated over is not how you really feel for the long run. You're just frustrated with this thing for now, but your friends will remember that about your partner for forever. And when you complain poorly about your partner to your friends continue to think that about your partner. So every time they see them, they think about that even though they think that they're not, like they're going to think about that when they see you next.
Yeah,
So you have
I
to
agree with
be
that.
careful the way that you speak of your partner, because we all get this. Your partner that you live with is like the closest person to you. So you see parts of them that no one's ever going to see. And we all have to work through things. But how you complain about a person dictates how they think about you.
I feel like that's the reflection of the heart, right? Like I know when you go to your friends, you're not tearing me down. You wouldn't want to tear me down because you don't feel like you have the need to tear me down. Some people tear down their partner because it's like an ego thing. It's kind of like, no, I'm right. These people are wrong. And when you separate yourself from your partner in that type of way, you're not one. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. I also think it's really unhealthy to bring all of your issues to your friends. I think people get out of hand with that. I think once in a while it's good to see counseling, but I don't think it's healthy to continuously go to your friends about things that should be personal between two couples.
Yeah.
Me and you don't do that.
I mean, personally,
I don't think we behave that way. I think we've always kind of like kept it here.
Yeah, personally, I literally cannot remember the last time I went to a friend being like, yeah, George, this is what we just got into a fight over. Like literally, not even I think my mom, I don't know, because I think how I've seen it, it's like if we get into an argument, we have a problem, right away, I sit on it, I bring it to God. If I'm truly, truly lost, I feel like we haven't been able to resolve it between us, then yeah, of course, okay, then it could be like, all right, who can I go to that could genuinely help me fix this problem? Not just let me go complain about this problem.
Okay, you just nailed it on the head. There's a difference of seeking counsel versus tearing your partner down.
Yeah.
If you're truly trying to seek counsel, it's fine. But if you're just trying to like vent and feel validated for your opinion,
Yes.
that's wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so we both agree on
We
that.
agree. Well done.
It's a firm
It
handshake.
was very fair.
Okay, pop culture question.
Nice.
What's the best TV show? Friends, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother?
Friends.
I know your answers, Friends.
Yours is not Friends? We'll debate this right now.
No, I don't have like a firm opinion. I mean, yeah, I like Friends is the only show I could probably watch 1,000,000 times over and over and over and over and over again and like never get tired of it. So that's
Number one.
Yeah, because I don't know what else would compete with it. Like
Nothing.
it only ever depends what you're currently loving in the
Nothing.
moment.
Nothing. Man, this is like a good debate. I wonder, but I really think that like when people are coming up to me and being like Seinfeld or Friends, it's like shut up, shut up, shut up. Seinfeld is nowhere near as good as Friends, nowhere near. And all these people from New York, they're like, yeah, you think that Friends is good? Shut up, shut up. Friends wasn't even really New York style. Shut up. Not even close. Not even remarkably close. Not even like none. Like Seinfeld was super average compared to Friends, bro. I hate that, dude. I hate when people try to compare Seinfeld with Friends, and I'm gonna get smoked out for this, but I don't care. What is Jerry Seinfeld gonna get mad at me? He's mad at everybody.
It's just a different taste, I think, at that point. When it comes to like Friends and Seinfeld, it's just different humor. People have different humor.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
yeah. Man, imagine I just like ruined my relationships, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, they were just gonna cash you this, but you just massively disrespected him."
Is it okay for you guys to follow attractive people on Instagram or like their posts?
Like now?
What?
No. Like okay, like I'm scrolling on my explore page and I see a guy and I think he's attractive and so I follow him. No.
Wait, what
okay.
about people that we're following that our friends are attractive? Because that's kind of like.
But those are already our friends.
Yeah.
That's not the question.
Then I don't understand what. The
Right?
question is.
That's not the question, yeah?
The question is it okay to follow attractive people on Instagram?
Yeah, like
No, but we do follow attractive people on Instagram.
yeah, but we already know them. That's different. If you already know them, you have a relationship with them. He knows I know them.
I will
you
admit
know
this
I know
though.
them.
I do mute some of them.
Yeah, they're like inappropriate.
Well, it's not even. Well, here's the thing, dude. How I used to behave when it comes to women and how they post Instagram is very different than how I feel now. Like I'm a married man and I really am chasing after Christ. So when I'm at the gym and I'm scrolling and somebody's girlfriend's booty cheeks are out and I'm like, hey, yo, and I'm like, because I like, you know what I mean? My biggest fear is being on it and somebody right behind me is like, you know that George Janko kid is just on Instagram looking at chicks online.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, dude, no, that was just on my feed. But
Or it's
I
always
follow
when you
them.
first open your Instagram, you know, it's every time you open your Instagram, the first thing that pops up and you're like, man, I wasn't, you know, it's just how Instagram works.
So funny. But yeah, no, it's so funny. I guess that says each his own. But how I see things is like I wouldn't want to put my wife in a place to make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I would hope that she does the same thing for me. So
course.
I don't think.
That'd be crazy. Imagine you seeing someone being like, damn, the girl's hot. And then following her just because of that. That'd be insane. Please don't do that to your partner. That's crazy. That's crazy.
1 second.
Dude, low key. No, never mind. It's gossiping.
What?
No. Because we'll cut it out if you think it's a poor reflection. But like sometimes I do see like certain people like certain posts and I'm like, hey, how are you liking this right now? You're in a relationship. Why are you don't know? I know you don't know this person. Why are you liking that? You know? I'm like, oh man, if I was the girl, I would be so hurt.
Liking a post is kind of wild.
Yeah, I'd be
like,
so
there's
hurt.
some, like, I will go as far as this. There's some people that post branding type of stuff where it's like, oh, I would love to show like support.
Yeah, because you know they're
And
getting.
it's a carousel, but because one of the pictures on the carousel is like, hey, yo.
yeah.
That I have to unlike, and I've done that. Where like
totally.
the beginning is like they're holding a baby lamb, and you're like, oh my god, look how cute. And the next one is like her boobs are out, she's holding a cup of coffee, and she's like,
Really?
caffeine, am I right? And I'm like, whoa, I didn't like this. I like the baby lamb.
Yeah.
So yeah, but here's the thing, dude. I think we're getting to a place where I don't know, man. Social media is like a kid's game. You know what I mean? Like, if you're single, have fun, follow whoever you want, like whatever you want.
single, it's
But if you're
different.
married, I feel like, I don't know. I wouldn't want another woman to think that I like her because I like a post. So I refrain from giving the illusion that I'm looking or feeling that type of way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, do you guys believe that influencers are more powerful than celebrities now?
100%. Without a doubt. The money machine is being. Or are we disagreeing? This would be great if we could disagree. Wait, hold on. Are we agreeing or disagreeing? Is this a debate? This is a debate.
This
one,
is
right?
we're trying to
still on
debate.
debate.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I say social media people farther outreach than a celebrity. But what do you feel?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of become that. It didn't used to be that way, and it's just recently changed. I think it's just recently changed. I think it's just like they held different powers for a long time. Like celebrities were just more like quote unquote airtag credible, and the influencers were like, oh, you're an influencer, but now they have more reach, and celebrities a little bit, yeah. So I don't think you're gonna get a debate out of me.
I think that like a Kai Cenat is far more influential than a Tom Holland. And I think Tom Holland is Spider-Man and he's super
Yeah.
famous. And I think as an actor, I think he's one of the biggest actors on the planet right now. But I don't think he holds a candle to Kai Cenat.
Like influencing kids'
or
choices.
iSpeed. Do you get what I'm saying? Like iSpeed, bro, if he shows up to a place, it's getting shut down immediately.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I think Tom Holland would probably gather a lot of people. But I think that if one said, hey, I'm going to be here right now, I don't know.
Well, think about
You
it
know
this way:
what? I don't know.
who could make kids change their mind about something more? The person that they see once in a while in a movie, or the person they're seeing every day, and they're like kind of like starting to mimic their actions. Do you know what I mean? It's like influencers have this stronghold of like kids are like, oh, like this is the blueprint of like what I should act like.
I think 10 years ago, it would have been without a question an actor.
Yeah.
Or a pop star, without a question.
Yeah.
But now it's so obvious that all these main star celebrities are using social media influence to sell their albums or sell their movies, that we've gotten to understand why they're called influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now celebrities are doing like influencer trends because they're like, they're being told by their managers like, hey, I know you don't want to, but you have to hop on this TikTok wagon. Otherwise you're going to be irrelevant. Like they're being told this. And so that's why they're doing it.
Also, the money machine back in the day is not the same. Before big companies would put money behind these stars, like the red carpets, all the paparazzi stuff is fake. It's not real. They would literally notify the paparazzis to show up. So after I realized this, Hollywood was a very big like setup for it. Like everything that you saw that you thought was real or fake, it was all planned. Social media is so much more authentic. So it's growing at such a rapid, it's kind of like this. It's a terrible analogy, but like, you know, the people, what's that girl? What, my goodness. She just got in trouble.
From The Bachelorette?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the girl from The Bachelorette,
Taylor something?
Yes, everybody's talking about her situation right now and all that stuff that's going on. She's from a reality show. She's not from a movie or like an album thing. I think people now are so hungry for real, authentic things that are going down. I think that traction's a little bit more active now than the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so the next segment, we're gonna answer some questions from the comment sections. We did this last week. Not last week, but the last solo episode. People really enjoyed it, so I wanted to run that one back. So let me know if you guys like it. Like and comment down below if you guys do like these segments. All right, go ahead.
All right. One of the ones I'm seeing here is that people are asking, how do you know when God is removing something from your life versus you're quitting too early?
Ooh.
The question is, how do I know if something's being removed from God or if I'm quitting too early? Is that the question?
Mm-hmm.
I think the best way to answer that is the secret is nobody will know besides you. There's a spirit that hovers you that lets you know. Sometimes we say it's a gut feeling. Sometimes we say, I had a feeling or something like that. But when it comes to something that we really love, maybe it's like walking away from somebody and we're like, does God want us to walk away? Sometimes it's like, okay, is this the career that I should be doing? Or maybe God's not blessing it, so it's my turn to walk away. When it comes to these type of things, I would really spend time with the Lord. Like, forget about your fears, forget about your goals. Sit with God and say, hey, like, reveal to me if this pleases you. And if your heart feels like, yo, I do feel like I'm pleasing the Lord in this direction, that does not mean there's not going to be any obstacles. In fact, usually when there's a lot of obstacles in your way, that usually means you're in the right direction. When there's a lot of turbulence hitting you, that means that you're off the ground and you have a lot of wind underneath you. So sometimes people confuse struggles with God shutting the door. But the truth is, if God shut the door, there wouldn't be any struggles. You wouldn't be able to have the struggles. I used to have this thing that I used to say, it's a good problem to have. A lot of people see all problems and they're like, oh, these are all bad. No, sometimes problems bring out a lot of good things. For example, the gospel says you should rejoice in your struggles. Why? Because we learn from them, we grow from them, we become stronger. When you're working out a muscle, you have to literally tear the muscle and rebuild and grow the muscle, right? So I think that's a good reflection of how we feel when we're on a path that God wants us to be. If you go read the gospel, there's a lot of people that look up at God and they question, hey, am I doing the right thing? This is where my confidence leaves, right? I'm going to keep walking, and if the Lord shuts the door, then I praise him. If he opens the door, then I praise him. I know that God is directing my feet. So as long as I'm obeying him and I'm being true to what he thinks is true, as long as I'm not selling my soul for money or for power or for lust, then I know that I'm walking in the right direction. But that's something that you have to come to God and say, hey, Lord, I'm going to need you to reveal to me, because you're going to need faith. Like, a lot of people don't like to go into the industry because they think the devil runs it. I never had that fear. I don't think the devil runs anything. I think the Lord runs everything. I believe the gospel, he says that he who's in you is greater than who is in the earth. So I don't know. Like, I have a lot of faith. And if you're not walking with great faith with the Lord, you're not going to be moving as fluid as the man next to you that has great faith in the Lord. Remember, Abraham was only counted as righteous because he believed in the Lord more than he believed in himself, not because he was on the right path. He made a lot of mistakes. He went off the path a million times. So did David. So did everybody that God used. So did Peter. Peter was saved before the crucifixion. He denied Jesus, and afterwards he still had problems. Everybody's going to have obstacles. Everybody's going to have situations that they're like, man, does God even want me to be here? But I say, stay true, keep reading the gospel, keep your head down, work, and let the Lord pave your way. And to me, it's like, I don't let a closed door destroy me. I've learned that a closed door is a big blessing. You don't want to be in a room or in an area where God's not blessing it, because that's a curse. You don't want to be a part of that. So just walk around thanking God for everything that you're going through and say, hey, Lord, I don't know what the future holds, but I trust you. Actually, there's a gospel verse where he says, worry about today, for tomorrow has its own troubles. I think a lot of people get caught up in like, oh my God, does God want me to stay at this job? Or does he want me to leave this job? Oh, does God want me to go that way? Is that where he's going to be? Or does he want me to go this way? If I walk the wrong way, does that mean God's going to be gone? That's not how God works. And if you realize that, then you'll know that your Lord is following you as if you're a baby taking its first steps, right? Just worry about where you're stepping and let the Lord be able to look around and make sure where you're stepping is correct. Does that make sense?
That's a great word.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense. I think that was beautifully explained.
Yeah, I feel like it's a tough question to answer, but I feel like that's...
I like the analogy that you gave about the muscle, like your muscles to tear for it to grow and stuff. Like, it's so true. That's really
Don't
good.
get me wrong, bro. There's a lot of times where I look up at God throughout my life, and I said, hey, I do not know.
Yeah. It's so hard to know. It's hard to make these big life decisions. Like, am I making the right move? Am I not making the right move? Like, these are hard things, but yeah.
But you know what? I'll tell you this. If you seek first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, the rest will come. Sometimes people are unwise because God didn't give them wisdom. Some people are oblivious because God didn't give them vision. Some people are deaf because God didn't let them hear. Maybe your question isn't, hey, should I be here or shouldn't I not be here? Maybe there's things that are already revealed to you that you're not even noticing. And the gospel says, a man is cursed when he asks for a sign, because he's asking God for another sign when he's already seen all these signs and he still doesn't trust. You know what I mean? I think this, if you're put in the position that you are right now, I always think this, the Lord let this be. So if that's the case, maybe you should start learning and asking God what you want or what he wants out of you instead of what you want out of him. and then he'll give you everything and all the understanding.
Oh, dude, that's good. That made me think of this. I wanted to talk about this. Remember when we went to the mountain? At our church's thing, we go to the mountain, and you asked me, you're like, is there anything that you want to ask God, like your dream? And I was like, honestly, I just want his will. And that's been the biggest blessing in my life this past like year, has been realizing like, obviously there's certain things where I like, you know, I'm like, I do want this, God, like I like this, but I only want it if it's good for me. You know, I at the end of the day, I want your will. And that's been the most powerful thing in my life, is learning like, I truly don't want what I think I want. I want what God has for me, your will.
Actually, I got an answer. I know this took a long time to get here, but we had to work it out. Wherever you go that has peace. The reason why Jesus used to walk into the room and say, Shalom, peace be upon you, is because he is the Prince of Peace. You'll know, and I'm getting goosebumps now. There's times where I'm like, man, I know that I have to go that direction. It's going to be so hard for me. And then I'll go that direction, and it's not even hard for me, but I have an unbelievable amount of peace. When I'm like, whoa, I should have pain here, but I have peace here. That's how you know if it's from God, because the devil cannot fabricate peace. He can make it look like it, but it's fake. It's fake prosperity. Real prosperity from the Lord is peace. It's above your understanding. It comes from the kingdom of God. Yeah, that's how you know you're walking with the Lord. That's it, man. That is it. I'm sorry it took me a long time to get there, but yeah, it's when you have peace, man. When you're walking and all hell is breaking loose. You're in the valley of the shadow of death, but you fear nothing.
Yeah.
Because you're with the Prince of Peace. That's when you know you're walking in the right direction. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you are in the spot that you should be, but the devil's trying to steal your joy away from you, because he can never take what God gave you, but he can get you to put it down. So he'll try to get you anxious and depressed and make you feel unworthy. All you got to do is start taking his words and your words, put them down for a bit. Go read the gospel and say, Lord, you fill me with your desires, your peace, your presence. And then all of a sudden you'll know, because the light is going to be in the room. You'll be exposing all of the darkness. You'll be like, hey, that needs to leave my life. That needs to come in. That needs to go. That needs to come. You'll see it better. But you got to bring the light of the world into your life. So that was a 2-part answer.
Good.
Or we had to unfold that one.
That one's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that was really good.
Okay, I saw this one a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I saw this one a lot from the comments. People have noticed you still cuss sometimes. How do you navigate that as a Christian?
I guess I'm always trying to adjust and fix myself. And I think that's just something that's slippery that I gotta work on. It's just like 30 years of a habit. Like when I'm on stage doing stand-up, I cuss a lot, and then it started becoming less, and then it became way less. And I guess it's my mouth is like something that I'm working on. It's not something I boast in. So don't look at my sins and think it's special because I'm holding them. It's still a sin, and I still will answer to it. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but I used to tear myself apart and really come after myself for every little sin, and I couldn't breathe. Now I know that I'm forgiven and I'm righteous, and all of the good things that I'm doing is through him who strengthens me. So I do feel like I'm being way better with my mouth. And I think it's just going to be some process. I think eventually one day I'll be an older man and people will be like, wow, this guy, the way he speaks is so well. But if it took me years to get to that level, it's not going to be an overnight thing. So I'm still working on it. But also it's the posture in my heart. As of right now, and I will answer to this if I'm wrong, I just feel like cursing biblically is like if you have hatred in your heart, or if you're saying things that are filthy. Like if I was saying the F word in a very raunchy way, I think that's displeasing to the Lord. But if the Lord knows that I'm using the word F word the same way that I would use frick, like, man, I'm freaking tired, bro. Like I really don't think he's looking at me with that, because it's not the posture of my heart. But I also think I have responsibility, that I have a platform, that I should speak in a way that's easy for people to hear. Like I'll give you one example. I was standing and doing stand-up, and 2,000 people are in front of me, but one man, I could see he got hurt when I used the bad word. And that really broke my heart. Because yes, 2,000 people loved it and that one guy didn't. But in my brain, I was like, man, if I just chose not to use that word, then everybody in the room would have felt comfortable to listen to what I was saying. So I guess in my point in my life right now, the reason I'm trying to fix my mouth isn't because I think it's a sin. It's because I think everybody around me sees it as a sin. And so I want to cater myself to what they are understanding of. So kind of like what Paul says, when I am with the strong, I'll make myself strong. When I'm with the weak, I'll make myself weak. So if I'm with a bunch of hooligans from the street and they're not watching their mouth and I really want to, dance with them, if I feel that if I swear in this room, it's not going to affect. In fact, they might even relate to me. But if I'm with my elders and they have a young child in the room, I would refrain from saying some certain types of words. That's where I am in my life. That's what I'm reflecting right now in my life. I pray that if I'm wrong, that God corrects me. And then I keep moving forward. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think it's the posture of my heart. Because I truly, in my heart, and I would love to debate this with people, but say I don't say the F word, but I really tear somebody down, not using any bad words. I don't think the Lord would be like, thank goodness he didn't cuss at the guy. No,
Right.
It's like, bro, you used your mouth and you cut somebody down and you hurt them. I think though if I was building somebody up and I used a swear word, like, man, look how effing strong you are, bro. Good for you. Like if I'm building them up, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a bad look. I don't know, but I'm still walking with this, man. I'm still understanding that I know nothing and I'm still learning. And people get so mad at me for saying, oh, you've been saying you're a baby Christian for a long time. Dude, Jesus is a deep, deep, deep thing. And some people look at me like I'm one of the biggest scholars in the world. Some people look at me like I know nothing. I would rather look at myself like I know nothing. Because as soon as I think that I know everything, then I'm going to stop looking for the right way out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great answer. Yeah, some people were kind of upset about it. Some guy said, you should have to pay the audience every time you cuss. Should we start a jar?
No.
That's crazy.
Kind of want to cuss that guy out a little bit, to be honest.
No. Listen.
No, I don't like it. Also, I have to admit, I get very fatigued from finger pointing Christians. Christians are the only reason why I don't want to be Christ-like. It's not the people that don't love God. It's the people that love God that make me exhausted of God. Where I'm like, all right, buddy, like you're leaving a comment, and I guarantee you, if I had to put everything on it, by the time you go to bed, you'd sin against God. But you have some righteous authority over me to leave a comment. And I don't behave that way. I don't judge my neighbors. I'm not going to judge my neighbors because I know what kind of filth I carry. So when people leave me hurtful conversations like that, I just think of it as, you know what, they're just trying to better me. And I'll just take it for that good part, and I'll leave the negative part on the ground.
This one also came up a ton. Have you guys talked about having kids, and what does that look like for you?
We do want to have kids.
Yeah, we do. We can't wait. It's so funny, when we were on tour, this was the number one question, which I think is so, I was like so shocked. I'm like, this many people care about us having an offspring. I think it's so sweet.
We've talked about it. Here's our, listen, we're not trying, right? Well, you can say we're practicing. Yeah, I was about to say that. We're practicing. We're not using any blockers. We're not doing.
They don't need to know the details.
Yeah. What I'm saying is,
think
like,
they get it.
we're not running away from it. We're not just running into it. Here's the reason why. I've worked a really, really hard and long time for me to get into the place that we're at right now. And what I've learned from my mom and dad is, a lot of people say, oh, you raise a kid and as soon as they're 18, they're adults. You don't have to worry about it anymore. That's not true, man. My mom and dad still look at me like I'm a little boy running around. Their hearts still worry. Their minds still race. I am enjoying our freedom right now. We just got married. I want to have a long, healthy, beautiful life. that when I do have children, I'm not regretting, oh man, like we could have traveled a little bit more when we were doing
Yeah.
that. And by the way, like I think when we have kids, it's gonna even be better than we're
It's
dreaming of.
gonna be yeah.
I just don't want to rush it. I don't want to put us in a place where we're like rushing. I want to enjoy being married to you.
Yeah.
And like right now, not, I know I have a lot of responsibilities, but having children is the ultimate responsibility.
And I think that's why, like, I think George and I realize how big of a responsibility it is. And it's a beautiful responsibility, but it's a big one. And we
Huge.
don't take that lightly. And
Yeah.
I think that it's good that we do. Because once they're here, like, George and I are like, that's going to be our everything. It's going to be our every second or every thought. And so, like, that's not something small. And bro, this is my best friend. Like, we have so much fun together. We're just enjoying this part of our life so much. So when God thinks that we're ready, when it's the time, it will be the time.
Yeah.
And we're so excited for that.
Also, here's another thing. It's like a lot of people are like, well, no, like when you have kids, you don't have to change everything. And it's like, well, buddy, dude, like you're not on the right path here, because like if that was the case, you're lying to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like when you have kids, everything changes. Like everything changes. Like our traveling changes, the way we work changes, the way we think, the way we worship changes. When you bring children into this world, if you're not holding it with the responsibility that it is, like, I don't want to take any shots at anybody, but it really mourns me when I see women and men posting and acting as if they don't have children. It's like, excuse me, ma'am, you have children, cover up. You know what I mean? Like, stop twerking in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like, show some respect for your children. There is some type of respect back in the day they used to have when they became a mother and a father that we no longer have. We think that we're children raising children. That's not the case, dude. When I have a child, I want people to look at me and be like, that's a grown-ass man, bro. That's a real man.
Yeah.
Not like, yo, man, you still influencing out here in these streets? Like, what's your TikTok? Are you what is it?
You're maxing me?
Maxing me? Beautiful maxing me?
Yeah, it looks maxing.
Yeah, look back. Like, bro, I pray that when I have children, I don't understand what the people around me are saying. Like, I don't. And by the way, we're kind of getting there.
Dude, I think you're there, bro. You didn't know what frame.
Dude, it's bad. So we're watching The Chosen, okay, and we're in love with it. In fact,
It's so good.
I refrain from watching The Chosen.
Yeah.
Because anytime I watch anything about Jesus, I can't stop sobbing.
It's emotionally taxing. Like,
it's
after an
crazy.
episode, I'm like crying, and I'm like, dang, it sucks that I'm not next to Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for that. What?
Nah, it's a lot, right? So we're watching that, and we were watching another show. I'm not gonna mention what show it was, but there was a lot of times in this show I had to pause it and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know if my soul could handle this type of like graphics anymore, man. Like, I feel like I'm 33 and you're in your 20s, but I really do feel like we're in our 80s, because who we hang out with, I think the youngest person we hang out with is like 55 years old. And so now when we're watching this, like, bro, I watch stuff and I'm like, oh yeah. You know how many times I've looked at my wife and I'll be like, can we fast forward this part? And she's like, please. And I'm like, bro, I never thought I would behave this way.
Yeah.
There's music that I used to love listening to. And now when I listen to it, I'm like, oh my God.
I can't do
What kind
it.
of heathen listens to this type of
Can't
stuff?
do it. I don't
Yeah.
know any of the trending music. Like, I see all these new pop stars, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
I'm 27. What? Like, what? Literally, just yesterday I watched a video of this cute couple, and their kids are out of the nest. And so she's like, spend the day with me as a retired couple. I'm like, why is this George and I? But wait,
This is Bella and I's like normal day. We get up, we have breakfast, we go on bike rides, we go hiking, we swim in the pool together, we like watch like a documentary or something. Like we will like we seriously not debate, like really like deeply reflect on life. And then I get on Instagram and I intake some of the world's garbage, and I'm like, I'm okay. And I like put my phone back over there, and I'm like,
wait, what does this have to do with kids again? What? Because you
don't
brought
know.
up The Chosen, we're talking about kids. Did you?
yeah, I don't know. I like it when that happens though.
Yeah.
Next
I don't know
question.
if there was something, but yeah. But we can't wait.
All right, this one's a little bit deeper. How do you not be so hard on yourself after making a mistake?
I'm awesome at this. I'm awesome at this. Dude, and I'll tell you why, because I don't lie to myself. Like, I quickly, if I make a problem, I go solve it, because who's gonna walk around me and act like they're perfect? Please show me. Sit down. I honestly could say that I'm probably one of the most honest human beings I've ever met.
Yeah, you're very honest.
I'm brutally honest. Everybody that I've loved, they were like, hey, dude, usually people don't say that out loud. That's my no. Logan just met me and he says that to me. Belle's known me for years now. I will say everything that I'm feeling to your face, and here's the reason why. Because God has heard it in my heart echoing. So if my Lord and Savior already heard the ickiest and the most tackiest version of my heart, you think I care about what you think about me, bro? You really think I care about? The moment that you stop caring, and I really have never cared, and I was blessed to this, and I'll tell you why. I was hated so much when I was younger, and God removed people's will of like caring, that I don't care how people think about me because they hated me so much, that I grew this like, oh, well, it doesn't even matter as long as God cares. And then when I became successful and people started caring about what I think, I had this strong stance of like, okay, cool, you appreciate me now, but there's going to be a time you hate me. There's going to be a time that you love me. There's going to be a time that you hate me. There's going to be a time that you love me. And there's going to be a time that you hate me. So I'm only going to focus on the man who's going to love me throughout all of it. And I'm going to treat you the way that he would be if he was sitting in this room. So the way I handle this is I act as if Christ is in the room all the time. Now, does that mean I'm perfect? No. But I don't shy away from it. Like, there's so many times that I'm wildly inappropriate or wildly disrespectful. Give me an hour, I'll come back and I'll apologize to you. I'll be like, hey, dude, I was being really arrogant here. I was being really dumb here. And the reason I behave this way is because it's freeing, man.
Yeah.
I just let it off of me.
Yeah,
I
you
let
are.
go
You're
of
the
it.
first person to like admit something embarrassing about yourself and just be like brutally honest with yourself and with the other person and be like this, and that, you know? So, which is good. And I'm learning to not be hard on myself when I make a mistake. I think like we like to condemn ourselves and feel bad and whatever, but I think, yeah, it's like a learning process of being like, okay, let's like realistically look at this. Like, how much time should I give myself to feel bad about this? You know, I think there's phases. It's like you go through anger that, oh, why did I do that? And then you go through sadness, like you're sad that like you made that mistake, you know, and then, but the quicker you can resolve it, the quicker you can bring it to God and be like, all right, like it's not my hands anymore. Let me just move on. Like, you know, you waste more time mourning in this situation than just like moving forward. I don't know. It's a hard thing. Like,
Well, here's the thing. I'm brutally honest to my wife. Brutally honest. Like, I'm probably more honest to her than anybody around me, right? Brutally honest. But what comes out of that is significant confidence in her husband. She knows that I'm telling the truth. She knows that everything's out on the table. She's not walking around feeling like, is he hiding something? Is he worried about my feelings? Is he worried about this? Oh my gosh. And then now she's battling her own thoughts. And no. She's very confident. I'll express everything that I feel immediately. I don't say it in a disrespectful way. And the reason why I don't say it in a disrespectful way is because I don't let it build in my heart. A lot of people let it build in their heart. If Logan does something that irritates me, I'll pull him and say, hey, this bothered me. This is why it bothered me. Don't want to ever see this again. And he'll be like, oh, okay. Or he'll be like, well, no. Here's the reason why. I'm like, oh, cool, misunderstanding. We're out. Boom. But people run away from it because they don't like conflict. I love conflict.
I hate conflict. I
Love
hate
it. Love
I don't
it.
want it. I don't want it near me.
I want it all around me.
I'll take it. All hurt me, and we're okay. I'd rather be hurt. We're all good. Let's just not have conflict.
Why though? Why?
I don't know.
For somebody's like, dude, everybody's so worried about offending people.
Yeah.
Who cares, bro?
No,
Who
it's
cares?
true. It's so valid and it's true. And I tell myself all the time, I'm like, who cares? I care.
Bro, God knows who I am. There's some people that really wildly think I'm a heretic. There's some people that think that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. So if God knows who my heart is, that's all I care about. My Lord who's sitting on this throne that sees everybody's wickedness, sees the way that I'm moving, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
And you know what? That's actually like, that's a big thing to really think about that and remember that, because that's something that I have to remind myself. Like, if you're somebody that does this, you know, when you like get super in your head, you're like, you did something wrong. And then when you realize you did something wrong, you think about the person that knows you did something wrong. And you're like, what do they think about me now? Like, oh my gosh, they must think this about me. They must think that about, like, and then you're embarrassed, you feel shame, and then all this stuff, right? Like, man, I go through that. And then you build up this thing in your head about what people are thinking about you. And it's like, they actually didn't even think that about you, but you made that a reality for yourself. I get you, right? It's such a valid thing. And just in that moment, what I do, I'm like, you know what? Okay, what does God think of me? Like, how can I fix this like problem? Have I fixed the solution? Okay. Does he forgive me? Yes. Okay, whose opinion is most important? Those people or God's opinion of me? Okay, God's opinion of you. And then seek that peace and just like, know, like, you're good and it doesn't matter. And if those people do think that about you, if they do think the worst case scenario of what you're scared of, what they think about you, there's nothing you can do. Like, you have to find a way to like let it go, because their opinion does not matter more than God's opinion.
Do you know what helped me really get out of this? And that's why I said I'm the best at this, is because this was something I really worked on, because I know it's a very, very toxic behavior. But if you're concerned about how your neighbors visualize you, and you need them to visualize you the way that you feel like you are putting out there, I will want you to know that that is your idolatry. You want them to worship your appearance the way that you want them to see you as. They have their own free will, man. However they feel about me, I mean, maybe I deserved it, maybe I didn't, but that's their right to feel however they feel about me. However they want to hold me in their heart, that's between them and God. But my job is to love my neighbor and love my God. If I'm concerned with how everybody thinks of me, then I'm gonna have to act different when John's in the room, and act different when Logan's in the room, and act different when Reed's in the room, and act different when Bell's in the room. Or I could act like Christ is in the room and behave that way all the time at every moment, so that when John or Reed or Logan or Paul or whoever walks in the room, they'd be like, no, that's the same consistent dude. Might be stupid sometimes, but at least he's trying. And I'm not concerned of what they think of me, because then it breeds the fact of like, well, they're acting like this anyways. And then now I'm just fighting with them in my mind for no reason. I want to let you know a trick that the devil does. He gets you in your head fighting with people you love all the time over a hypothetical that never existed.
So true.
You're crazy. And I want you to know that. I know there's sometimes where you feel in your heart like, oh man, I'm crazy. If anybody, no. I know you are crazy. And by the way, if anybody did know, you would be looked at as crazy. So cut it out. Who cares what they're thinking about you? And by the way, stop thinking about your neighbors that way. You probably think that way because you think of your neighbors that way. You judge your neighbors so hard that when you make a mistake, you're automatically knowing what they're thinking about you because you're practicing that type of behavior. But I want to remind you something. Nobody cares about you. Nobody does.
You know who always says that to me? Michelle.
They'll forget about you.
She's like, no one's even thinking about you as much as you think that they are thinking about you.
We build up this image where it's like, bro, like, you know what, bro? Maybe you did something that humiliated yourself in front of people and you're like, oh my goodness, they're going to think of me this way. Good, fix it. So that way the next person doesn't think you're stupid.
Yeah, and they'll
You know
forget.
what I mean? Like, I feel like people are so focused on what other people think of them that they forget to work on the qualities that they're putting out into the world. Hey, if you feel like somebody's looking at you in a certain way and you're really hyped about it, it's probably because you know that's what you gave out.
Okay, last one, and my favorite question is, someone asked, is the cameraman Logan single?
Did you write this one?
No, but someone did ask it, and the answer is yes. So I want to let the people know.
I didn't even know what you look like.
They gotta know. We gotta let the people know.
Do you want to sit next to me so you can be on frame? So I
Yeah.
can see you?
No, I'll just at some point they'll see me, right?
So
Come on.
the invisible guy behind camera is single.
Today's the day. Show what you're working with, man.
Come on, man.
Hopping on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come sit over here.
He's like, I'm trying to find a wife, a godly wife.
I love how this is his last question. By the way, Logan's great.
He's so wonderful.
On the pod.
I don't even think you're in frame.
No, I'm not.
Come in frame. Come in frame.
There.
So if you're a woman and you're single, hit up Logan.
Was that really the last question you had for us?
Yeah, that really was. From the comments, yeah, I saved it for the last. You don't like it? I like it.
Was there like a difficult question that we had, like a pay or play type of thing?
No, yeah. So those were just the questions from the comments.
So there is harder questions.
So, and then I made a list of questions that are harder for pay or play. Okay, so yeah. So those are the questions from the comments. Now, do you guys want to play say or pay?
Yes.
Say or
Pay
pay.
or play. Do you like that?
No, I think it's say or pay. Yeah.
say or pay.
Build up to this, bro. If anybody's even still tuned in, I'm very shocked.
You know what? You're being really sassy
I'm
today.
being sassy today, bro. My caffeine's running away, and I got to poop. It's going like this.
Do you want to take a
You know
break
this?
and poop?
You know that?
Yeah.
know- oh, by the way,
They call that the prayer dog.
Guys,
do you want
if
to know?
we get
Wait, no.
distracted
I
one
have
more
to say
time-
this. I have to say this.
Okay.
You know what? Your
I'm supposed to
dad.
be on a plane and like we're gonna have to move it.
No, we're not. We're
It's fine. Dude, you're stressed.
He has to
man.
leave in a half an hour. Hurry
The
up.
plane's the plane. Listen,
The plane's the plane.
George, your dad says this all the time in public, in front of people. He'll be like, oh, actually, no, not in front of too many people. But the first time he said it, I was like, I'll be like, you want a cup of coffee? And he'll be like, no, man, I'll have diarrhea after.
My dad has no filter, man. And by the way, he doesn't know English words too well. So like one day I bought him Gucci, right? Because he's a fob. And every fob deserves a Gucci sunglasses, right? And my dad walked in and he goes, George, come on, man, tell him the thing you got me. It's really nice, the Gucci. And I was like, dude, it's Gucci. He goes, yeah, I said that. I go, no, you said, and then I said the word. He goes, hey, watch your mouth. And I was like, well, you're the one that said it in front of everybody here.
But bro, we were like in the backyard. He's like,
you
come on,
please do
you
this?
love coochie. He goes, you love coochie. You coochie on your feet, coochie on your...
Don't steal my joke and say it better than me.
Dude, that was better.
You missed the best
She
part.
said my bits. That's my stand-up version of it. You
Because that's
stole
what
my bits.
That's what he actually. You're
But
gonna
you
tell the story.
Stole my bits.
Oh, sorry, it's your
That's
bits.
crazy.
Because
Don't laugh.
you
I
told-
wrote that joke.
That's like the high.
I wrote that joke.
You told-
I wrote that joke.
You told the story
I
and
wrote
left
that
out
joke.
the best part.
I wrote that joke.
You wrote the real
I
story
will
into a
not
joke.
Have a thief in my house.
Bro, you just missed the best part of the
You
story.
could steal money from me. You could steal attention from me. But the moment you steal my punchline, dog, that hurt me, bro. And watching him laugh how you said it, exactly how I say it on stage, we'll talk after this podcast.
You've only said that joke on stage maybe one time.
And you stole it.
George,
how new
it's
that
a
joke is.
story that happened. I was in the backyard. It was me, you,
We'll
and your
talk about
mom.
this later. Please.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, welcome to Sarah Play. Hey, welcome to Sarah Play. The rules are pretty simple. If you don't answer the question, you got to give money to the audience.
Yes.
Yes. How much money are you giving to each one that you don't answer?
So anytime we don't answer, we give $100.
Yeah, it's $100.
Which, by the way,
We have to choose
we
somebody
have to choose somebody.
from the
Yeah,
last.
you do. You got to pick a comment from the last Sarah Pay.
Are we gonna?
Did we do that?
No, I don't
We
think so.
didn't choose.
Okay, so now we're backed up 2.
Yeah.
I have debt. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Hey, question.
So we're gonna find out 2 winners, or for the one winner. You know what? I'll make up to it. My debts will be paid. Now I'll choose 2 winners. So I'll choose 2 people to give the money to.
From the last episode.
Yes, and then if we don't answer anything today, then yeah.
Then there'll be a new person. Yeah.
Sarah Pay, you have to say it or you got to pay. And the first question is, can you reveal something that you've Googled recently that's super embarrassing?
Something with Google recently is super embarrassing. I'm gonna put Googling as ChatGPT, right? I feel like the new Google's ChatGPT. That's where I ask my questions.
Yeah, that's
What
weird.
was embarrassing?
Oh, I don't know. I ask her things all the time, man.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything embarrassing. I
embarrassing?
Googled. I guess a long time ago, a year ago,
What?
I asked why in between my toes are blue.
Oh,
Bro, what?
I had fungus I had fungus on my feet, dude. I
I'm
was
surprised
walking
you're
around
telling people
I was
this.
walking around the freaking locker room all barefoot and confident. And people were like, dude, that's gross. You can't do that. And I literally laughed. I go, our ancestors walked everywhere. And then literally, bro, I looked down at my toes and they're freaking blue. And I'm like, what? And then so I had to stick my feet in a week with apple cider vinegar. And it cleared it out. Actually, my toes look beautiful now.
yeah.
And they're not itchy because they were super itchy, bro.
Yeah.
So it was like, why are they itchy and blue?
Wow, dude, that's so personal. Oh my gosh.
All right, I answered it.
Yeah, you're totally good.
Okay, good.
By the way, which is kind of crazy because you're the cleanest, most freakest person about cleanliness,
2-3 times
and
a
yet
day.
you're like, yeah, walking barefoot in the locker room. Good idea.
I don't know. I thought I was tough.
Yeah.
I like these questions, but I feel like we'll come back a little bit more prepared. In fact, You guys could write them down in the comment section if you really have like a hard one that you feel like you guys could get us with. But the ones that we have today were like not hard at all. So we'll circle back to it. Let's get back into some questions that like, let's wrap the episode with a question that were from the comment section. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those would be great. Yeah, so people, what you're saying is people in the comments can give us a difficult question that would make us answer, or we can't answer and we have to pay you.
Yeah.
So give us good options for that.
What's something about each other that surprised you after getting into a relationship or married with each other?
Surprised me. I know mine for you. I think when we first started dating, getting to know you, what surprised me was how easily you could have really difficult conversations with people. And I was like shocked to see you like, and this is something we actually did talk about on this episode, but like I'd watch you just tell people these things that are really, hard or maybe uncomfortable to be honest with somebody about, but you'd have a way to just say it so beautifully and kindly that the person would be able to swallow it. And then you guys would be good and you'd be on your way. And like just telling people hard truths, that's a skill.
Mine for you, like a list, bro. Like, I have so many. I'm just trying to think of like a good one, or like the best one.
Yeah, I mean,
I think your patience shocked me. I think I've never met anybody who has your patience and your love. I think I met a lot of Christian people that prance around like they have a lot of love and grace, but they got none compared to you. Like they'll have like, I gave you one cheek. What do you want? Both? like, and you're just kind of like, the way you're so meek about it, it's taught me so much about life. Like observing you has made me grow substantially as a human. So I think I was kind of shocked about that because I thought you were just going to be some hot trophy wife that I'm like bragging to my boys about. Like, yeah, look at this, bro. But like, nah, I'm in awe of you. And I'm like, whoa, well, this is a sick partner to have. And also it's like, dude, I think any man would be, I tell men all the time, like you either have a woman that brings them up or down. You never have one that just keeps you where you're at. And I only had women that brought me down. And so I was really shocked how much more beautiful life could be when the woman you have is not an anchor, but wings. Oh my God, it's a game changer, bro. That's why like, when you have adults in your life and they're like, bro, get rid of her. She's no good. And you're like, no, I love her. And then she's like the worst. And you're like thinking you're in some Twilight romantic series. They're like, you're going to turn this beast into a beauty. And you're like, nah, bro, she's probably cracked out. She's going to be like that for the rest of her life. And when I had you in my life, I was just, whoa, are you like, till this day, I'm still blown away by her, bro. Like, I don't know. There's a lot I can say about you.
There's a million things I could say about you. You blow me away. You know what he's doing right now? He's learning how to fly a plane. He's getting his pilot's license. Listen, people get their pilot's license and that's all they're focusing on. This man has a million things on his list that he has to do, a million responsibilities, a million like people to tend to. And he's like, I'm gonna learn how to fly a plane. And he's breezing through it, like literally breezing through it. Other pilots are like astonished as to how he's even like getting this information so quickly, so easily. So I'm impressed. You impress me, literally.
I already know how to fly because I'm with you.
Stop it.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that this episode, I was kind of out of it. I didn't have good sleep because I was up. My stomach was hurting and I was pooping a lot. And then I drank a lot of caffeine in the beginning. And so, like, if you felt like my energy was off today, I deeply apologize. But I'll be back with an amazing episode next week. And we're always here to give it to you guys. I love you. And I pray that when you guys watch this episode, that it brings you guys so much joy and peace. And that it takes you away from all of the darkness and ugliness of this earth. And I pray that this show is the light and salt of the world. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next week.